Hey, can I interest you in a €200 jacket that won't keep you dry in heavy rain, that is not extremely light and not very packable either? No? Well, that's a pity, because I've got the Rab Kinetic 2.0 waterproof jacket here, and I kind of love it. Here it is in the color beluga, which for some reason looks nothing like an actual beluga. I may have said some negative things about the Kinetic 2.0 in the intro, and those are true, but this is of course a shell, and with shells you just can't have everything. There's no such thing as a light, affordable, waterproof, breathable jacket. It's all about trade-offs, and knowing which shell to pick for which activity. So yes, there are lighter jackets, and yes, some jackets do better in heavy rain, but I'm really a fan of the trade-offs they made here. It's a compromise, but it's a good compromise, and it comes with two cherries on top. The first cherry is the fact that this comes in a surprisingly soft and stretchy fabric, and personally, I really feel that stretch is underrated. Stretch provides two things that are very important to me. One is freedom of movement. I'm in the outdoors, the last thing I want to feel is constrained, and the other is silence. Because a lot of rain jackets have this kind of crinkly fabric that can be a bit noisy when you're on the move. And of course, when you're in a street in traffic, who cares, right? But when you're hiking, especially alone, you might as well bring your pet cricket. The second cherry is more of an acquiring taste. It's the construction of the hood. When I first tried this on, I was a bit confused because there's this elastic band on the inside that weirded me out a little bit. It felt too tight, and you can't really put the hood on without it. But then I realized that you actually have to tighten it at the back and wear it like a kind of cap. That probably doesn't sound very comfortable, and it did take some getting used to, but it has a couple of clear advantages. One advantage is that it makes the hood stay in exactly the right place, and that keeps the rain out of your face. The other is that when you turn your head, the hood moves with you, which drastically increases your field of view. This is of course especially useful when you're on a bike or indeed climbing, because Rab is a climbing and mountaineering brand. Some potential downsides: the waterproofness of this jacket depends on the DWR, which means that it will eventually fail and have to be reapplied. I think the hood is well designed, but when it's not in use, it doesn't fall away as elegantly as a regular hood. It's a bit stiffer and heavier and just generally more noticeable. The pockets are placed a bit higher to accommodate backpack waist belts, which means that they are great for hiking and backpacking, but if you're not going to do any of those and you're just looking for a nice outdoors walking jacket, then keep in mind that the position makes them somewhat less comfortable for walking with your hands in your pockets. The pockets themselves are nice and big, so no complaints there. All in all, as I said, I love the Kinetic 2.0. I would consider it one of my favorite acquisitions of the last year. It's nice and breathable while keeping the wind out, so it's a great fit for outdoors activities in all but the warmest seasons. I wouldn't take it with me into hours of pouring rain. There's other jackets for those situations, and I'm glad those more hardcore rain shells exist, but I find I don't use them all that often, and when I do, it's not always the best experience. The Kinetic 2.0 on the other side is a jacket that I wear quite often because of its versatility, because I know I can trust it to keep me dry in up to, say, an hour of steady rain, and most of all, because I just enjoy wearing it. It's not the cheapest, but if you can spare the money, do give it a try.